Apes and apettes, welcome back to the channel. AMC was down about 5.5% today. Like I indicated on the video yesterday, the whole market, that's all they care about right now, is going to be the Russia-Ukraine situation. And we did get a lot of bad headlines today, and that is what really weighed on the markets. In the short term, it's that Russia-Ukraine drama. In the longer term, really, once we get closer to that Fed meeting March 16th, that's when the markets are going to more so care about the Fed. But in the near term, it's Russia, Ukraine, everything. And I think the fear is going to be higher heading into an event rather than after the event. After the markets realize, hey, this isn't as bad as we thought, I think that's when the markets will recover. But in the meantime, we are at the mercy of whatever Russia and Ukraine do, and they have been bombing each other. So that's why the markets were down today. That is why AMC was also down today. We're going to get into everything you guys need to know. Citadel is being named in this block trading probe, and that is really good for us. Why is that good? Because that means the manipulation is not happening as much, and I think you're really just seeing a shakeout of the weak hands today. So let's dive into all of this information. Hit that like button for me, as well as subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Get yourself some free stock with Weeble, Mumu, and Public down below in the description. That is where those links are. And if you guys want to join a trading community, check out the pinned comment down below. So AMC closed at $17.70. Don't get too excited. $17.90 per share today. Not above 18, not above 18.50, so that does not look too good when you say it like that. We are still in this really demand zone right here. We came down under 17.75 and then came back up. That is where this blue line is marked. So I can say that is a positive because we're still in this zone. But I really wanted to see a close above 18.50. That did not happen, so anything is really on the table for next week. It's going to come down to the Russia-Ukraine situation over the weekend, and that's going to be the thing that markets are paying attention to. Now, the MACD is bullish. We could see it's still extremely bullish. Yellow line is far above this blue line. Volume for the day was about 31.5 million shares, so a lower than average volume day. And I mean, the fact that we went down 5.54% on a very low volume day leads me to believe there was quite a bit of shorting, which that is also what the Ortex data is telling us, which we will get into in 1 second. The overall picture here, I still think is very bullish, and we could see that next leg up next week if we don't get any new crazy headlines, if we don't break under 17.75. So that's my stance on it until we get the Fed, which that's what the markets are really going to care about. I think anything is really on the table. So keep that in mind. Technicals, they do look good. The SPY was down over 0.5% today. We really did hit some lows around $431.82 today. Bounced back up, came right back down. We really are moving a lot, but we're not moving around all too much. Slowly, though, making our way to the downside. So that level is going to be 430. If a Russian invasion does happen, we could drop all the way to 420 on the SPY and then probably bounce back up to about 430. In the meantime, everything would take a major hit. And the escalation today is this. It essentially says Ukraine on Thursday accused pro-Russian separatists of attacking a village near the border in the U.S. Meanwhile, Secretary of State Anthony Blinken spoke to the United Nations and warned that the situation is at a moment of peril. So take it for what it is. Like I said, I'm in the camp of not even believing Russia has any intention to invade Ukraine. They have not enough to gain from actually doing that. But as you guys probably already do know, Russia, I guess these separatist groups, basically like people Russia sends into Ukraine to fight the Ukrainian government. It's been happening for 8 years now. Nothing is new there. But I guess they did bomb a school yesterday. And they also did try to assassinate the military leader in that area. So a lot of, bombing escalations could be one of those false flag narratives. The Olympics end this weekend. So if you do see an invasion, if we're going to see one, it's probably going to be on Sunday or on Monday. Markets are closed on Monday. They are closed on Monday. So a longer weekend, more time to digest the situation, and more time for the situation to develop more. So who knows which way it's going to go. I don't think we're going to lead into this full-on invasion. If we do, expect the markets to come down and oil to shoot through the roof. Now, as far as the Ortex data, you're looking at 21.13% short interest of free float, 108.44 million shares that are sold short currently. Cost to borrow max of 2.73%. It's really bobbing up and down, up and down, but staying around that 3% range nonetheless. Utilization is at 100%. That still looks really good. Nobody wants to lend out their stock for a measly 3%. And days cover is at 2.37. So also, looking good on that aspect. The option flow sentiment is 44% positive on the day, with 16 orders totaling $8.63 million. So not as bullish today as what we have seen over the past week, but considering AMC was down 5.5%, I think that is really good that we were even 44% positive from the institutional option order flows. Keep in mind, patience pays. Time in the market beats timing the market. So if you believe in the trade, then at least the way that I look at it is I want to be in the trade, because you never know. We could open Monday and we could have a 20-30% positive day, or, to the opposite. I really think it's unlikely we'll have a big down day like that. But nevertheless, point is, you won't be able to try to pinpoint when the big move is going to come. It's better just to be in your positions. As far as the max pain, that was $19 for today. Actually, $19.50. We did not hit that, obviously. And the max pain for next week is $19 per share. So very possible we get back up to those levels. Like I said, we've been in that pinned range. So that's key right there. And like I said, Citadel is being probed or named in this probe. And where do I have that? I think I have it right here. Yeah, Morgan Stanley relationships on Wall Street snared in the probe. And we'll get more details on this the longer down the line this goes. But I really don't expect anything coming too soon, as Citadel is a major player in the markets. They were deemed as kind of too big to fail. So I don't think anybody's in a rush to victimize somebody and say they did this, they did that, until the full investigation is done. If you're talking about the government, the SEC, the DOJ, we know how those things go, and it takes a while for that stuff to come out. But all in all, I do think that's a very positive thing for AMC, as we have seen AMC be able to move around a lot more, and we're not really being pinned at certain prices like we have been over the past year. So we can see how the market is really going to feel about AMC, how our buys affect the stock. And we have been seeing that over the past 2 weeks. So that is definitely a good thing in my personal opinion. As well as that, oddly enough, 1 hour ago, Bloomberg reported that Citadel eyes Manhattan office expansion as it boosts New York City employees. They're trying to grow into New York. Who knows what their strategy is at this current moment? I'm sure they're taking a hit from not being able to manipulate the stock as much as they typically did. So all in all, long story short with all of this, pay attention to what goes on over the weekend with the Russia-Ukraine situation, what happens to the price of oil, and that's going to give you a pretty good indication of what is going to happen on Monday on Tuesday for AMC stock, as well as the broad markets. But our cause here, our situation here is, has never been better in my personal opinion. Short interest extremely high, manipulation gone for the most part. Apes are still holding strong, and everybody knows about this trade. So once we start to rally, you think you've seen FOMO so far? You have not seen anything compared to what we are about to see. So thank you guys for tuning in. Not too much else to add. It's been a pretty boring day as far as news is concerned, besides the whole Russia situation. So I hope you guys found value out of this video. If you did, hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, as well as make sure to get yourself some free stock, Webull, Mumu, and Public down below in the description of this video, as well as come join us on the trading community. In that group, we source information, we call out news, we make trades. You get the whole scoop over there. You can ask me personal questions if you don't know anything about options, you're interested in learning, or whatever your case is, whatever spectrum you fall on, that is where you guys can be a part of that. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.